When you're going through a spiritual awakening, it's very important to know how to navigate your way through it. But the biggest problem is a lot of people don't even identify when they are going through a spiritual awakening. So hopefully these 5 signs will be able to help you not just identify that you are going through this awakening process, but how to best navigate it so you don't start manifesting all of the things that you don't want during this period. So we're going to dive deep into it, but before we get into it, show reel. Hit it. What's up guys, namaste, this is Sri Akarshana here, and in this video we're going to break down for you the 5 signs that you are going through a spiritual awakening right now, and also how to best navigate throughout these challenging and tough times. So the first sign, we're going to dive straight into it, is chaos. And so what that means is, understand whenever you're going through an awakening, that is like a rebirth, like a transitioning into the new version of you. And while you need to shed all of the layers, you will find a lot of your old problems, chaos, limiting beliefs, doubts, experiences, all these problems start arising, they start coming up. So there will be a lot of chaos around you, whether it be with family, loved ones, friends, colleagues, at work, financially, emotionally, right? With regards to your romantic relationships even, there will be chaos happening. And it doesn't mean that it must happen in all these areas, but very likely in one particular area, it will be amplified. That is usually something that stimulates and triggers for a spiritual awakening to happen, because that is high emotions. When emotions are high, then that energy in motion is very fast-paced, meaning it's moving you into a different parallel dimension. It's like a quantum leap or a quantum jump. So it's very important to understand a few things here. Usually, when emotions are high, intelligence is low. So make sure you don't get lost in all of this chaos that is happening. Don't keep questioning, why is this happening to me? Instead, know that the universe is working with you. Breathe. Stay calm, stay solution focused. Remember, don't think of the problems, because when you think of the problems, what you focus on amplifies. Keep thinking solutions. The second sign that you are going through a spiritual awakening is the word separation. It's highly likely that during this time, especially when it comes to loved ones or people around you, that they will not understand what you are going through. So it's highly likely some friends will start unfriending you or no longer wanting to hang around you. It's highly likely that certain, maybe even romantic relationships will go through a breakup. It's because when you go through a spiritual awakening, you are leveling up. And if the people around you can't keep up with that positivity or that level of consciousness, it's highly likely that separation will be there. There's this saying that says, elevation requires separation. And I know, especially when you're navigating through this, and especially when you're dealing with people you have been with for a long time, sometimes it can feel like it's heartbreaking. But understand one thing. You cannot help the people around you if you don't first help yourself. Once you have leveled up and you are in complete alignment and congruency with the new version of you, that vibration will amplify, and naturally that vibration, your vibe, will naturally attract your new tribe and even affect your old tribe in a positive way to bring them along the journey, maybe at a slightly delayed stage or a slightly later stage. So the second word is separation. The third thing is remembering. understand spiritual awakening most of the time is not to do with you learning new things. You see, when you read a book, you can learn one strategy. When you read another book, you can read another few strategies and learn about them. But when it comes to the awakening, it's almost like all the strategies and everything is revealed at one time. Right? That's why a lot of people, when they go through a spiritual awakening, it'll be one incident and suddenly they will take a 180 turn in their life, literally within a matter of days. And it's very likely you'll feel that moment of, why was I so stupid all this time? Why did I not know this before? Especially when you're going along this personal development journey towards love and positivity. And you need to understand why it's excelled at that pace is because this is not you learning a new thing. You are purely just shedding the layers and remembering who you truly are on that soul existence. And that's why a lot of things happen at an extremely fast pace. So if you realize that you've took a complete 180 turn and you've came to so many realizations in life, it's highly likely that is a big sign that you are going through a spiritual awakening. Then, moving on to point number 4, sign number 4, is senses. Now you're probably wondering, what do I mean by senses, right? You will realize that if you're going through a spiritual awakening, your sensories heighten, right? Even taste buds will feel like they heighten. When you eat food, you'll feel that you need maybe less salt and things because they heighten, they're more connected. Another thing is, some of you may hear ringing in the ears. You may hear sounds or frequencies. Even when you're in or even out of meditation, you will hear sounds. Because when you go through a spiritual awakening, you are getting rid of a lot of the human attachment things and then moving towards the soul calling, your spiritual aspect. That's the awakening. And that spiritual is the collective consciousness, tapping into the universe, that connection. And with that divine connection, it's highly likely that you start hearing and feeling things from other dimensions within our multi-dimensional being of existence. Okay, so that's the 4th thing, senses. And then moving on to the 5th thing is intuition. It's highly likely that during this stage, a lot of the time when you meet people, you already think what they are about to say before they even say it, and lo and behold, they say exactly what you were thinking. It's highly likely that certain people can come up to you and then they tell you one thing, they tell you that they're really happy, but you know that deep down inside you can see deeper. You can see on their soul level what they are actually going through. So these are your empath abilities. You will see that start to heighten as well, your intuition. So if you start seeing any of these 5 signs or all of these five signs, then it's highly, highly likely that you are going through a spiritual awakening right now. Now, as I said before, because if it's the first time we're going through this, it'll be extremely tough. Sometimes it'll feel like it's a lonely journey. But understand that everything is temporary, because that lonely is for the temporary separation until you become congruent with the new version of you, and then your new tribe will attract in love, in positivity, in consciousness. Guys, if you enjoyed this video, please do hit the thumbs up, hit the like button. Also, comment below. Let us know where you guys have tuned in from, and always nice to know where you guys were tuned in from. But besides that, I was thinking it would be nice to know your journey. What is it that you've been experiencing? What is it that you're going through? Because maybe it can help inspire other people throughout this journey too. And finally, if you're new to this channel and you haven't already, remember to hit that subscribe button and the notifications button next to it. That's a little bell sign, by the way, because this year I'm dedicated to making daily videos to hold you accountable to make it your best year yet. But for now, guys, I'm signing out. Namaste. Ciao.